So recently Wuthering Waves has been gaining a lot of popularity, especially since the version 2.0 livestream and all of the advertising coming for Rinascita. And obviously with a lot of this popularity, and we see this quite a lot with Wuthering Waves in particular, is that a lot of news sources start talking about them whenever things start to get popular. And while version 2.0 isn't any different, as there's actually a new article out at the moment which actually swayed some people, including the game journalist, about Wuthering Waves and kind of converting them from Genshin Impact over to Wuthering Waves in terms of, quality of life and stuff. And the title of the article even said, this is something that Genshin Impact needs to do that Wuthering Waves is doing at the moment. So I wanted to go through this article, take a look at it really quickly, just to go through, what their kind of mind is at and what kind of changes they think that Genshin Impact should have that Wuthering Waves already has, and just having a little bit of a discussion about it and seeing what their overall opinion is. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and also go to Games Hubs, use my code KAZA where you can get yourself 10% off a ton of custom tubs. I definitely recommend going over there. They got a ton of cool events on at the moment. They got a Christmas free gift event on. I don't know if that's over because it is after Christmas after this video comes out, so I don't know. I'll put it up on screen if it still is. And yeah, let's get back into the video. So this is the article here. It's from Pocket Tactics. We've actually covered this site a couple of times, and pretty much it says Wuthering Waves cosmetic changes could change the gacha landscape. Now, this is from 2 days ago. Now, the title was very, very different whenever I actually clicked on this. The title on Google said something like, this is what Genshin Impact needs. And I think that, it could kind of still equate to this in the article, just because they're saying it could change the gacha landscape overall. Now, this kind of surprised me because, honestly, as much as Wuthering Waves does things good, I never really thought it would change the gacha landscape. I think it's just done good, we're just like, oh yay, that's great. I don't think it's like, oh my god, this changes everything for every single game. But let's see what they have to say about it. They say, Kuro Games is bringing these amazing Wuthering Waves cosmetic changes in version 2.0 as the hype increases to Rinascita. Now, they say as a part of the version 2.0 special program, Kuro Games has blown us away with its announcements about Wuthering Waves' cosmetic changes, especially regarding the player character Rover. Leaks have popped up here and there about Wuthering Waves skins, but the gacha game is taking customization one step further. And Hoyoverse needs to follow suit. So again, they're already calling out Hoyoverse here, saying, hey, you guys need to step up your game whenever it comes to cosmetics as well, else they're gonna fall behind, which I do agree with. I think Wuthering Waves is going to step up their cosmetics quite a bit, whether that's with skins with the characters, or skins with the weapons, or skins with whatever. I think they're going to be doing it a lot more, and the rate that they're going to be doing it at, I don't think Genshin Impact's going to be able to keep up. Now, is it something that Genshin Impact also want to get into? That's a different question. Obviously, they released some skins recently for the Lantern Rite. Maybe they go into that later in the article. But again, it doesn't seem like they will be able to keep up with Wuthering Waves if they do keep going at a consistent pace in bringing out skins. Let's say in version 2.0, we'll also be able to switch between the male and female rover models whenever we like, which again is another thing that Genshin Impact does not do. I'm not sure if you can do it in Honkai Star. I don't think you can either. So again, it would be nice, or even Zenless. I'm not sure. Again, let me know down in the comments if you guys can actually do that in those games. I'm pretty sure you can't. But it would be nice to see them added to it because obviously I play them all as well. And it is quite just a nice feature for a lot of people, just be able to switch whenever you want for whatever reason you want. So again, we keep going. They say, when Wuthering Waves was first launched less than a year ago, people couldn't help but compare it to Hoyoverse's massively popular games like Genshin Impact and Zelda Zone Zero. With every new update, Kuro Games' gacha title pushes the boundaries of what we know about the genre. I'm usually not a fan of Genshin could never rhetoric whenever a mobile game adds a new quality of life feature, but I have to agree with the memes on this one. So they've even heard of the memes of Genshin could never. Now, I'm pretty sure Genshin could never more refers to Honkai Star. I'm pretty sure that is a big thing that, it's centered around, but it can also be used for other games as well. And I do think this is a Genshin could never moment because again, they haven't done anything for years, and if they do it now, then obviously that just proves that Wuthering Waves and some of these other games that are making these changes are kind of like pushing them on to do better, like we've seen with some of the free rewards that are coming out for a lot of the Natlan update. They never used to do that, and let's be real, the only reason why they're doing that is there's more competition now, and they actually have to step up their game a little bit in terms of giving out free stuff, and it could be the same case with a lot of this other stuff as well. They say in all three of Hoyoverse's globally popular gacha games, you're forced to very early on choose between the male and female protagonist to play as, and currently the same thing happens in Wuthering Waves. In Kuro Games' title, there's not much of a difference between the two protagonists, but especially as a non-binary person, it's cool. I'm guessing that's the game journalist. It's cool for a game to let me switch between the two based on how I'm feeling on a given day. It would be a similarly cool option to have in ZZZ and Honkai Star, but if Genshin Impact were to implement this feature, I'd be ecstatic. So again, I think it would be a very good change for a lot of these games, just mainly because they make you pick so early on that you don't really understand the kind of differences and stuff like that. You just go, oh yeah, I'll pick that one. And you think that maybe you could change it later whenever you actually can't. So again, I do get that why people are kind of frustrated, because I don't know how many times people have told me I picked the wrong rover, or I picked the wrong traveler, or I picked the wrong this. Well, now you can actually change it, because let's be real, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's more of a cosmetic change. I know in Genshin Impact, it's actually more, they've got like different abilities. So I think that's why it's harder for Genshin Impact to do it at the moment. And if that is the case, then maybe that's the reason, but I don't see why that would be like a massive reason. I mean, it's still kind of cosmetic. There's not much of a kind of stats change. But if we keep going, they say Genshin Impact's Aether and Lumine are two distinct characters in the game's lore. Since launch, Hoyoverse has produced countless cinematics posing Aether as the canon main character, while his twin Lumine becomes the main antagonist. So considering I picked to play as Lumine all those years ago, my experience of the plot doesn't line up with the canon. I'd love to freely swap between the twins if I could, using Aether for story missions and Lumine for other gameplay, because I prefer her design. I mean, that's fair enough. I do think, you know, Hoyoverse do push a kind of like Lumine heavy as an antagonist, and they push Aether as a protagonist more heavy. But to be honest, they do state many times that, you know, there isn't really any favor, but it does seem like it with a lot of the advertising that they bring out for those characters. They say this isn't even the end of the great cosmetic changes that wuwa is making in 2.0. After less than a year, we're already getting character skins in Wuthering Waves for Sanhua and also for Jinshi. While Sanhua's skin is a free event reward, Jinshi's Peach Blossom skin is a premium product. We don't know how much it will cost yet, but the developers have promised much more than a simple outfit redesign, and we've already seen that. There's been an image that actually went up on the Wuthering Waves page of Jue actually changing color, which I thought was really cool. So it means that they're not just kind of changing the cosmetic and the kind of look of the character itself, they're actually changing a lot to do with the characters and the abilities, which I think is a very nice design. And if this is considered a premium skin, I think that's actually great. You know, I think it's really cool to be able to change some of the actual abilities rather than just be like, oh, we added a hat to this character, so now they look a little bit better. And then they say her outfit comes with a weapon skin, profile customizations, and a batch of custom combat animations. The majority of Genshin Impact's premium skins feel significantly lackluster comparatively, with the only 5-star D-Look outfit coming close to these features. Considering Hoyoverse also just drops new skins for Genshin Impact's Zhangling and also Hu Tao, we're interested in seeing which cosmetics sell better when both updates go live. Now, I think, honestly, the better selling cosmetic is going to be the Hu Tao skin, just because of how popular Genshin Impact is and how popular Hu Tao is. But I do think that, you know, Jinshi's skin is going to sell very well. I think there's a lot of people that really want it. I spoke to a lot of content creators. They really want to get the skin. So I don't think it's the end of the world. I think that, you know, it's just the fact that Genshin Impact is a bigger game, and, you know, we kind of have to just like expect that reality. But I still think they're both going to sell pretty decently. But the last line saying there's loads more to look forward to in Wuthering Waves version 2.0, so make sure you check out our Wuthering Waves banners and Wuthering Waves code guides, which they have on this page, which again is great to see. And it's great to see that there are more news companies kind of talking about this. Now, is this like a news company? No, it's like a gaming kind of news journalist, whatever you want to call it. But again, I do think this is a very cool article just talking about some of the cosmetic changes come to Wuthering Waves, and it seems like this person is heavily kind of Genshin pilled, I guess. They play a lot of Genshin, they play a lot of Hoyoverse games, and it seems like they're finally getting fed up of what Hoyoverse are doing and how much they're holding back after seeing stuff going on with Wuthering Waves. And this is just one example. I'm sure there's many other players out there that feel similarly. There's a lot of content creators that feel similarly. That's why a lot of them switched over to Wuthering Waves or over to another game, which is much better than Genshin at the moment. And it seems like, although they did switch over, they still want Genshin Impact to get better and learn from some of these things that Wuthering Waves are actually putting out. So again, very cool article. But if you guys did enjoy this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that, you know, the cosmetic change is a positive thing, and do you think the Genshin Impact needs more like this, or do you think that Wuthering Waves should just do it all and, you know, they should be the only ones doing this, which would be absolutely crazy. But yeah, as I said, also go to GameStop to use my code Kaza, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.